A good evening to you. Today is April 15th, and you are watching Daily Cards Live here on Claves Online, presented by Munganast, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey and Rammer. For the first time this season, we have Friday night baseball. It's back on our TVs, and I for one, cannot wait for first pitch here in about an hour from Milwaukee.
Well, it's Good Friday, still no meat, so we're having breakfast for supper. I got pancakes waiting as soon as we're done, and that'll lead right into Cardinal baseball. So fill my gut on pancakes. I'll carb up and then lock in on the couch. Perfect.
Sounds like you got your night planned as the Cardinals look to avenge their loss yesterday against the Brewers. Brewers home opener, and Adam Wainwright made a couple mistakes early in the game, and the Cardinal bats just weren't there. Tommy Edman with the late home run, but you know what? When you get two on and nobody out against Brandon Woodruff that early in the game, you got to get a run out of that, especially with the top of the order up, and the Cardinals weren't able to do that in the third inning.
First pitch of the game, Wong. I just go, he hadn't been doing anything in the first week of the season. And I'm just going, oh, brother, here we go. And, yeah, you're right. It was just one of those games. You write it off. I thought Wainwright, as he usually is very forthcoming and honest about it. And he talked about mistakes he made and not making executing pitches when he needed to do so. And those are the kind of things that if it becomes a trend, it's a problem. But every now and then that's going to happen when you don't blow people away with 100-mile-an-hour stuff.
So the Cardinals they are already saw Brandon Woodruff. They won't see Corbin Burns this series tonight. It's Freddie Peralta on the mound against the Brewers. Miles Michaelis looks to get a better start than what he did in the second game of the season. Here are your lineups for this evening's game. First, with the visiting Cardinals, it's a little bit of a different one. Rammer, we get to we'll assess. We'll get to let you assess the lineup here after we read it off. Dylan Carlson in right field. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Tyler O'Neill in left. Nolan Arenado is at third. Lars Nootbaar batting fifth, making his first start of the season at DH. Harrison Bader is in center. Andrew Kisner gets the start again behind the plate. Edmundo Sosa gets his first start of the year at short. And Tommy Edman is at second. For the Brewers, they go Colton Wong at second, Willie Adames at short, Christian Yelich DHing tonight. Andrew McCutchen is in left field as those two swap where they were yesterday. Rowdy Tellez is at first, Hunter Renfroe in right. Omar Narvaez is behind the plate. Very good game for him offensively yesterday. Tyrone Taylor is in center, giving Lorenzo Cain the day off, and Jace Peterson is at third base. So we see Lars Nootbaar get his first start, and we also see a first day off for Paul DeJong with Sosa at short. Do you like the way the Cardinals lined him up?
Yeah, I do. I think I'd be kind of pissed off if I was Corey Dickerson. Hey, Skip, how come I'm not playing? Yeah, I know Nootbaar, but he's probably good with it. He's a veteran. He's been around. He knows how it works. Yeah, I'm excited to see Nootbaar in the lineup. I know a lot of people have consistently disregarded him, and I don't know why. He was a solid draft pick. He was a good college player. Here's your 5 tools. He can run, he can throw, he can field, he can hit, and he can hit for power. Now, I'm not saying he's a superstar in any of those things, but tell me what he can't do and why he shouldn't play, and I'll listen. But I haven't heard anybody tell me why yet.
I think this would be an example of, we talked about it yesterday, the Cardinals, as yesterday started, Cardinals had played the least amount of games in baseball one week into the season. I think that was an issue of rainouts and days off where they really Nootbaar was supposed to start one of those games earlier in the week. So I think it's one of those. I would not be surprised at all if you see Corey Dickerson in the outfield tomorrow, not DHing, but in the outfield tomorrow, giving one of those 3 regulars a day off, because you have the lefty going on Sunday. Albert's going to be DHing on Sunday. So and maybe Lars Nootbaar gets the start in the outfield and Dickerson DH. Maybe you get both of those guys in the lineup tomorrow, and you give Bader or Carlson, you give somebody else a day off for the game. So I can see I can see where that's the case. And 6 games into the year, I think I have been guilty of overanalyzing stuff. I don't think we can
No.
with all of this when you're trying to get all these guys some sort of playing
Yeah.
time this soon into the season.
Yeah, and I was a big fan of Sosa, and a number of things have had to happen for the Cardinals to finish strong. A number of things, but I still contend that Sosa and his energy and production was the catalyst for the big run late, and so I'm glad to see him get a look. Um, I'd like to see him push starters. It probably won't happen, and you don't trying to think like the Cardinals. If he starts playing a lot, it means somebody else is failing. That's how they see Sosa. I think he earned a shot to be a starter. The point is, he's getting to play, and I think he brings a lot to the table.
Yesterday we also saw Drew Verhagen get his first action of the year. 2 2/3 for Verhagen, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk that really came back to hurt him, but only 1 hit in those 2 2/3 innings pitched. Coming in early for Adam Wainwright. So you got to see a little bit of a taste of him. I do think tonight, they're going to go kind of the same formula that they went with on Tuesday when we saw Dakota Hudson start. I think Jordan Hicks, first guy up in the bullpen tonight, and if it's a fresh inning, he will start an inning depending on what's going on with Miles Michaelis.
I think that's a really good call regarding Hicks. For Verhagen, I'm not trying to be a wise guy. Jag, just a guy so far. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he comes out throwing bullets and becomes reliever of the year. That'd be great. But so far, to me, just a guy.
We haven't, last year I think we were a bit spoiled when they went on that run at the end of the year because you knew how that end of that bullpen was playing out when it went McFarland, Garcia into Gallegos, and you would throw Cabrera in there, and they had everybody had a set role, and they were all doing it so well at the end of the year that we're expecting that at the beginning of the year. And we do need to temper those expectations just a little bit, because every single year, and I'm sure it's the case all around baseball, whatever that bullpen looks like in April will not look anything like that by the time you get into August.
No chance.
So we haven't seen everybody kind of fall into their role just yet.
No, it's funny the way the game has evolved and the way the bullpens have evolved. There even wasn't such a thing, a label as a closer in the first 100 years of the game. Well, maybe not 100 years. And then even before, even in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, there would be guys that you could see, you go back and look at stats that they were the guy, hey, we need to finish this game strong. Let's go to so-and-so. And then I was at an event last night sitting with Al Raboski, who led the National League in saves one year with 22. But he also had 13 wins, what they used to call vulture wins, where you're behind or tied and you come in and pitch the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Your team comes back and you get the win. So he had 13 of those. And it's just all different now. Then we had the isolated 9th inning only closer. And now it looks like the game may be getting away from that. So we could be in a transition phase. So it's kind of fun to watch the evolution of the game.
Rammer, something we're going to start doing this year on our Friday night shows, outside of just the Cardinal game that we preview each and every weekday here on Daily Cards Live. I want to take a look at some of the other series going on in baseball. Is there one out there that you look at this weekend that you're going to have your eye on?
Well, I thought the Padres were in big trouble when Tatis went down again with the shoulder, and yet they've come out playing really good ball. And so I like following them.
We'll get to see the major league debut tonight of Mackenzie Gore, who almost made his major. I think maybe it's not his major league debut. I have to go back and actually look, because I thought, and I could be wrong here as I look this up, and I'm looking at the name right now. I thought he was called up during that very odd 2020 postseason. You remember the Cardinals and when they did the 3-game series
Yeah.
there for that. And as I look at the postseason pitching numbers, no, I do think this is his. I think this is his major league debut tonight with the Padres. So their big lefty, 6'2", 197 pounds, drafted first round in number 3 overall in 2017. He is on the mound tonight for the Padres. Last night, C.J. Abrams, their rookie, their prospect shortstop, who's in for Tatis, hit his first major league home run, and Rammer, they gave him the silent treatment there in the dugout when he scored.
That's beautiful. And I like that they didn't miss a beat. They added Luke Voigt's bat. He's done some good things. Hosmer started off hot. Machado is off the charts. Myers is a veteran. He's not really the guy everyone thought he would be when he got called up, but he's a solid major league pro hitter. I like watching the Padres.
So that series, that's a late one. That's in San Diego. So a late start to that one with the Braves and the Padres, a very big series. And then also, Rammer, when we return on Monday, there is a chance. I think it may be a little bit of an outside chance, but there's a chance that we will be talking about Miguel Cabrera's 3,000th hit, as he is 6 away from that. So when he gets to that, we'll have more to talk about when he gets there. But 3 hits last night in the game, putting him just that much closer to that majestic number.
Yeah, when you talk about the 3,000 hit guys, and I know the metrics people like averages and WCR pluses and all the stuff, but I'm telling you, there still are the magic numbers, and people misinterpret it sometimes when you say a magic number. It doesn't mean that if you don't get it, you're not at a certain level. What it means, if you do get it, discussion's over. You're a Hall of Famer. You're an all-time great. Just there's no reason to discuss it because they're so hard to achieve. And getting 3,000 hits, anybody who wants to debate that a 3,000 hitter isn't one of the all-time great, 3,000 hitter isn't an all-time great, I'll take up that debate any day.
This has been Daily Cards Live here on Claibs Online, presented by Mungenast St. Louis Acura, and also, Rammer, your friends at Royal Banks.
Royal Banks, Royal Banks of Missouri is a St. Louis company, but they've grown, but they've done it the right way, whether it's Northeast Missouri, over on the east side in Granite and Jerseyville. Every branch feels like it's your hometown bank. Service is everything. Better service means better banking, and that's the way it is at Royal Banks of Missouri.
3 games left in the 4-game series up in Milwaukee before an off day on Monday, where the Cardinals will head down to Miami for a series against the Marlins. We will be back with you on Monday to recap everything that happens over the next 3 days in the National League Central and more right here on Daily Cards Live. He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We're brought to you by Mungenast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri each and every weekday right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
At St. Louis Acura, we have over 330 pre-owned vehicles of all makes and models, and all of them are covered by our St. Louis Acura Promise and backed by our Better Business Bureau A+ rating and 30 years in business. We also service all makes and models of vehicles, including glass and bumper repair, paint touch-ups, and full mechanical services from one of our 24 technicians. St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you, no matter what vehicle drives you.